What if behavior-based safety, BBS, and human and organizational performance, HOP, approaches aren't enemies or diametrically opposed at all, but more a reflection of mistakenly treating them as separate camps? Williams and Roberts argue that BBS and HOP are usually framed as rivals, but that's a mistake. Their point is that both approaches, when applied properly, aim to improve systems, strengthen management support, increase employee input, and reduce the human and system variability that leads to injuries and fatalities. On the HOP side, the article says two major benefits are reducing the blame employee mentality after injuries and recognizing that injuries and fatalities often reflect system failures. It argues that human error should be the starting point for analysis, not the conclusion. And the first question after an incident shouldn't be, how did that person fail? Is, how did the system fail? On the BBS side, the author says it's often mischaracterized as only focusing on workers or only filling out checklists. In contrast, they describe BBS as identifying critical behaviors, analyzing what encourages at-risk behavior or blocks safe behavior, and using supportive feedback, corrective feedback, barrier removal, and system changes to improve safety. If you've seen Scott Geller's work, then you'll be able to relate to this. The article also says both approaches have practical tools. HOP employs things like pre-job briefings, learning teams, 2-minute analyses, self-checks, peer checks, timeouts, post-job briefings, etc. Although some of those aren't unique to HOP. BBS brings structured observation, peer-to-peer feedback, behavioral trend data, and a focus on communication, leadership behavior, and the systems that shape daily behaviors. The authors say both HOP and BBS emphasize that system factors contribute to the most risky behaviors and the variability, that employees are too often blamed after incidents, that more employee input is needed, and that system improvements should be ongoing. And in my view, both approaches are interested in daily work, but they employ different units of analysis and terminology to go about that. So in all, they're not arguing to treat HOP and BBS like opposing camps. Instead, they say the best results come from integrating the strongest parts of both and more into a more tailored approach to organizational work and performance.